The Forbidden Love of the Fairy. Full English story. Deep beneath the towering mountains, beside an ancient forest, stood a small, lonely house. In it lived a beautiful young girl named Layla, and her old, sick mother, who could barely walk or speak. Layla was breathtakingly beautiful, so pure, so gentle, and so kind that even the forest spirits whispered her name. But Layla never knew that someone in the darkness was watching her. Someone who was not human. One night, while Layla went to fetch water for her mother, a glowing light rose from the center of the forest. The trees shook, the wind hummed strange melodies, and then a fairy appeared before her, wrapped in shimmering white light. He called himself Zaroon, Prince of the Fairy Realm, ruler of winds and shadows. The moment his eyes fell upon Layla, he felt something unusual, a feeling fairies were forbidden to have. Love, he whispered in a soft voice. Layla, you are the most beautiful soul this forest has ever touched. Love you. Layla was scared, but Zaroon's gentle voice and his glowing presence slowly won her heart. In just a few days, their love grew so strong that Zaroon performed an ancient fairy marriage ritual. Under falling leaves, surrounded by glowing lights, with the stars as witnesses, Layla became his bride. She was happy, innocent, hopeful. But she did not know that Zaroon was hiding something darker than the night itself. Months passed, and Layla sensed life growing inside her. She was going to be a mother. But when Zaroon found out, his face changed, his eyes darkened, his voice grew heavy, and fear crept into his words. He shouted, "A fairy child cannot be born from a human! If this baby is born, I will lose my realm, my power, my throne!" Layla cried, but she refused to hurt her child. She held her belly with trembling hands. She loved her baby more than her own life. On a stormy night, when thunder roared through the mountains, Zaroon broke into the house. Magic flames flickered from his hands. He roared, "End this child, or I will end you!" Her old mother screamed, "Leave my daughter alone!" Zaroon silenced her with a single strike of dark magic. And the poor, sick mother fell lifeless to the ground. Layla cried over her mother's body, but Zaroon cornered her in the small house. Her voice shook as she whispered, "Even if I die, my child will live." A bright light wrapped around her, and the house fell silent. Zaroon disappeared into the darkness, believing everything was over. But he was wrong. The moment Layla died, 3 ancient forest spirits arrived. They bowed their heads beside her body. One whispered, "Her final wish must be protected." A soft light glowed from Layla's belly, and her baby was born. Half human, half fairy, a child with glowing blue eyes. The spirits named him. They placed him in a magical cradle and hid him deep inside a glowing cave, protected by the forest. Layla's old mother, killed by Zaroon, rose again as a gentle forest spirit. She opened her eyes in the spirit world and whispered, "My daughter, I will raise your child for you." Her spirit flew to the hidden cave and embraced baby Saren. "You will not grow alone, little one. The awakening of power. When Saren reached 5 years old, strange powers appeared. He could stop the wind with his hands. Raindrops would freeze in the air when he touched them. Wild animals bowed before him, yet he cried with the heart of a human. He was the perfect union of kindness and power. A child who could unite or destroy both worlds. Meanwhile, Zaroon faced judgment in his fairy kingdom. You killed a human, and the forbidden child still lives, the elders warned. Rage filled Zaroon. He screamed, "I will find him. I will erase my mistake." He tore open a portal and flew back to the human world. One night, Saren wandered outside the cave. A cold wind blew through the trees. His spirit grandmother screamed, "Saren, come back." But it was too late. Zaroon appeared, wrapped in black magic. His eyes burned with fury. "You should have never been born. I will finish this now." Saren stepped back, trembling, until he saw a glowing spirit behind him, his mother. She whispered, "They think you're weak. Show them who you are." Saren screamed. The forest shook. The sky darkened. Leaves rose like blades. Zaroon stepped back in shock. Impossible. A child with this much power? The battle between light and darkness began. The wind stopped. The mountains stood silent. Saren stared into Zaroon's eyes and said in a calm, innocent voice, "I am my mother's love, not your darkness." A green light burst from his hands, pure, bright, powerful. Zaroon's shadowy form faded, piece by piece, into the wind, not dead, but erased forever. The forest came alive once more. Birds sang, leaves glowed, peace returned. Layla's spirit smiled gently behind her son. Live on, Saren, and choose the path of light. Saren reached out, touching a bright leaf drifting in the air. The boy who carried 2 worlds in his blood became the guardian of the forest. A child of magic and humanity, a symbol of hope, and proof that love is stronger than darkness. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Wishing you a happy life.